Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of the Drake and Tory Lanez beef. So if you haven't already, make sure to check out part 1. It's already on my YouTube channel. In that video, we kind of go over all the subtle shots that Tory Lanez took at Drake leading up to Drake dissing Tory Lanez on Summer 16. And then we also take a look at Tory Lanez responding to the diss, saying that he's a huge Drake fan and that he would never diss Drake, even if Drake dissed him 20,000 times. So today we're going to be taking a look at what's happened since then. So Tory Lanez has released a number of songs which seem to address the Drake diss, and so we're going to look at what he says specifically, and then we're also going to look at what Drake had to say about the new Toronto line in an interview he did with Zane Low. So literally right after Tory Lanez did an interview with Revolt saying that he would never diss Drake, he released a song called Uber Everywhere, and to some people it sounded like he was taking a shot at Drake. He's essentially saying in a couple bars, you know, you're not a gangster, you're an actor, I used to watch you on TV, which to some people thought he may be referring to Drake, as everyone knows he used to play a role on the TV show Degrassi. So take a listen for yourself and you can decide whether or not you think it's a diss.
Pussy boy, slide that smile clean off the face. You don't know no trap niggas. You don't be around this way. You saw at the nigga, boy, I used to see you on the screen. Now skirt, all that Uber whip around the way.
So after Uber Everywhere, Tory Lanez released a song called Line Up the Flex with A$AP Ferg, and this definitely sounds like a response to Drake's Summer 16. It's not so much of a diss, it's just responding to Drake's gang line, and basically Tory Lanez is saying he never wanted to be a part of OVO or be a part of Drake's gang. He said it was one umbrella mob from the beginning, which is kind of Tory Lanez movement that he's got going on right now. So take a listen for yourself.
When I see them in the street and brush them off. For them niggas, they was hating on me, even though a nigga used to tell them all. I was never ever gang, I was one umbrella mob.
So a month after Line Up the Flex was released, Drake sat down with Zane Low and Beats One Radio, and in the interview, Zane Low asks Drake specifically about the new Toronto line. And so Drake goes into a pretty detailed explanation of why he chose to respond to Tory Lanez, and essentially he's saying, you know, it's not smart for Tory Lanez to take shots at Drake. If he wants to, you know, do better, he just has to release better music. Taking shots at Drake isn't gonna help his career. So take a listen for yourself.
So where's Toronto at right now creatively, man? Because in Summer 16, you know, all these kids in the new Toronto want to be like me a little. And, you know, it's interesting to me because at the moment right now, you know, you've got Views from the Six, which is an important love letter, really. It's a reflective moment for your city where you're from and capturing those seasons and making it happen. You know, and yet, you know, with success comes, you know, little hairline fractures here and there as well. And I wonder what your reflection is on the city creatively, given that you were so instrumental, along with The Weeknd and various others, towards establishing it as a creative hotbed.
Yeah, I encourage anybody, wherever they're from, but obviously we're talking directly about where I'm from. So I encourage anybody to go out there and do the most damage that you possibly can. Do your thing. Get all the fruits. Get everything. You know, become the biggest artist you can possibly be. Just don't get up there finally and start talking down on me. You know. Especially when we have like no interaction or no, like just don't get your first big shot to speak out and you think it's like the right thing to do is to start like trying to, you know, come for the dawn, you know? It's like it's not gonna work. And I don't go for that. And that's it. That's as simple as it's not like on some thing. It's just more like common sense. I don't like what's the point of that, you know? If any time prior to you ask me about anybody here, I'm bigging them up. It's our city, man. You know, why would you get up on a public platform and start being like, I'm not really with, nah, man, that's it. And then what? Just to what? To come back and start backpedaling and begging it out? Like, what's the point? You know, it's like, I want to be good and positive with everyone in the city, but I obviously expect the same thing, you know, and that's it. I just like I said, I love seeing people shine. I hate when they finally get the platform and they think the answer is like, okay, well, because we've never had any dealings. The answer is to like, how I'm gonna get my attention is to attack. It's like, that's not gonna work, man. The music speaks, man. It's such a transparent formula. The music speaks, and it will take you as far as you want to go, you know? But you're never going to get that. You're never going to reach that horizon based off like some slick chatter and shit like that. That's not really like that's not what's going to make people be like, oh, that's the next guy right there. No, just come and try and kill me off. Make a mixtape and try and done my whole wave. That's what I want any kid in this city to do, you know? So I can figure out what you missed and I kill you off right after.
So 3 days after the interview was published, Tory Lanez released a song called Real Addresses, and it speaks about the new Toronto line directly. He says, I can say I'm the new Toronto, and then he goes on to say that he's more talented than Drake, and that Drake's a small fry. He's saying talent versus talent, he's better, and that if you compare the two, Drake is just a small fry. So it's a pretty bold thing for Tory Lanez to say, but take a listen for yourself.
Man, let's talk this new Toronto nigga. I can say I'm new Toronto nigga. Talent for talent, you small fry. No, I don't do McDonald's nigga.
So this is where the beef lays right now. It doesn't look like it's gonna get squashed anytime soon, but if there are updates, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming up here in the near future. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on the beef as well. All right, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will talk to you soon.